My name is Rick Hamilton. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. A little bit about myself. First of all, I'm an electrical engineer by training. I've been truly fortunate to spend most of the last 24 years working with a variety of emerging technologies. Most recently, with cloud computing, with artificial intelligence and machine learning, and with the Internet of Things. Along the way, I've managed to accumulate a degree of inventive success. To date, I have 814 issued patents in the United States. And because of that, I've had some remarkable opportunities, including participating here with the AAAS and the Lemelson Foundation in this Invention Ambassador program. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the work I had been doing up until about a month ago. I've just wound up a 24-year career with IBM, and I'm truly appreciative of the amazing opportunities I had with the people there. But the time came to look for new opportunities. And so effective about 6 weeks ago, I took a job with United Health Group, and in particular with their technology and services arm, Optum. So part of what I'm doing, I tell you, everybody in this room should feel right at home with, and that is it's about building an invention culture for the company. It's about creating a community where inventors feel welcome, making sure that we teach all the technical employees across the company what it means to be an inventor, and we create a community in which they feel empowered to invent. But I'm also working on some other real-world tangible products, and that's what I have to talk about today. So a few facts that I did not know until very recently. The number of opioid prescriptions in the United States has quadrupled since 1999, quadrupled. And hand in hand with that, the number of opioid deaths in the United States has pretty much quadrupled since 1999. Today, according to the Department of Health and Human Services, over 91 Americans every single day die from opioid abuse. And this is a tremendous epidemic. We read about it in the papers, we hear about it on the news, but the question is, what can be done about it? We believe that the key is information, and the key is information in the hands of the patient, in the hands of the caregivers, and in the hands of everybody in the value chain of well-being. And we can use innovation and invention and technology to get the information that will make a difference in this fight. So we began a test, a proof of concept, a pilot, using technology, specifically using machine learning techniques, to figure out if we could predict what the contributing factors to OUD, or opioid use disorder, might be. And it's been a remarkable journey. What we found is that by examining our more than 120 million patients that we have in our databases and the billions and billions of records associated with those 120 million patients, we can begin to build sophisticated models. What we've also found is that these models have some very important ramifications. If you're interested in the details, we basically are doing random forest and looking at boosted gradients and other machine learning techniques. And we ultimately wrote some code using scikit-learn and custom Python scripting. And we ended up training models that really predicted these incidents of OUD very well. And so this is all well and good, but what we're doing is we're training models, and we're getting up to today, time t0. Now, the important question is, what can we do with these models now that they're trained? And today, we're beginning to play the tape forward, because we've learned all the patterns that we've seen in the past years and opioid abuse, but now we can say who in the system today is at high risk of opioid abuse. And we've learned certain things. We've learned, for instance, that patients with opioid prescriptions under the age of 20 or over age 65 are more likely to develop OUD. We've learned that people with a history of alcohol abuse or other substance abuse, people with a history of depression, of anxiety, and other conditions are more likely. We've also learned that patients who see multiple doctors or visit multiple pharmacies are more likely. So armed with this information, we can begin to make outreach. We can make outreach to patients, we can make outreach to caregivers, and we're beginning to make outreach in multiple ways to improve the lives of these people who otherwise might fall through this very tragic crack. And this is really only the tip of the iceberg for machine learning. We're going to use these same technologies to predict and prevent other abusive, drug abuse situations. We're going to use these to look at management and prevention of chronic diseases. And we're going to use these machine learning techniques to improve engagement with patients and with caregivers. I would tell you that we are really only at the foot of the takeoff curve here. The sky is the limit. I'm very excited about what the future holds for this. I hope that many of you, especially the younger folks in the audience today, will pick up this kind of challenge and carry it forward, because together we can improve patient outcomes, together we can improve the healthcare system, and together we can make the difference in the lives of many millions of people. I'm Rick Hamilton, and that's what I'm working on. Thank you.